This is the asana. For your reference, this is the asana which we practice which we try to do the asana. This one, this particular asana, Pakasana. Okay. After that, I demonstrated, not this one, Padma Mayurasana. Yeah, this one. And we also try to cover this Urdhva Kukutasana. This one. Okay. Now let's jump into the topic for the day. Rhythmic Yogasana pair event. So what we do, we complete the topic quickly. After that, I will revise all of them through a PPT. Right? So rhythmic. What is the difference between rhythmic Yogasana pair and artistic Yogasana pair? As we know, we have solo events, that is traditional Yogasana and artistic yoga solo. We have pair events. One is artistic pair, another one is rhythmic pair. We also have one group event. 2 plus 2 plus 1, total 5 events. Now, so what is the difference between artistic pair and rhythmic pair? So if we see briefly this particular topic, we'll understand clearly what is the major difference between these two events. Rhythmic yogasana pair involves strength, power, agility, grace, control, coordination, balance. So it's same with the earlier one. This event also different for men and women separately. There will be competition. No mixed pair allowed. Rhythmic pair, two athletes are there, and they perform same asanas at a time in a synchronized manner. Same asana. No different asanas. If you see Arctic Yogasana pair event, there is a different asanas by two athletes. Let's say, for example, in order to give a better understanding, let's say artistic yogasana pair and rhythmic pair. Asana in artistic yogasana pair, let's take for example, athlete 1 is doing Vrukshasana and athlete 2 is doing Paschimottanasana. However, when it comes to rhythmic pair, the athletes must be doing same asana. Let's say, for example, in our case, Vrukshasana, another person also doing Vrukshasana. Same direction and same asana. This is the major difference between artistic pair and rhythmic pair. Now, rhythmic pair, number of yogasanas performed should be 10 as usual from the 5 major categories. Both athletes will perform same asana in a synchronized manner. Body touch to each other while performing not allowed. So there is no body touch allowed in rhythmic event. If you see in artistic pair event, there is the touch allowed. And also there is a pyramid structures too. However, when it comes to rhythmic pair, there is no body contact and asana need to be done in a same asana need to be done in a same direction and with a synchronized manner. If body touches with another athlete, it leads to a penalty. Yogasana selected from the given chart point number 9. As we seen earlier, the time duration for the presentation will be 180 seconds. is maximum. Minimum is 150 seconds. Both athletes need to maintain asana for 5 seconds as usual. The transition must be artistic and synchronized with the music. Starts and ends with a Namaste Mudra. It's a pretty much similar with artistic yogasana pair event with some changes. The major change is doing artistic yoga doing different asanas and rhythmic pair same asana, same direction. Second one is touch allowed, touch not allowed. This is the main difference between artistic event and rhythmic event. Now, so when it comes to costume, it is as it is when it comes to all the artistic events. We already discussed in the artistic solo and artistic pair event. So we are going to skip this one. Theme, character, expression. It is it is also uh, similar to the earlier topics. So we already discussed the same. If you see, you can also get the all the points we covered in a earlier session. Okay, rhythm and music. Right, rhythm and music also it is pretty similar. So if you see the kind of music we use, we kind of music we should not use also given. We should not use the songs, for example, vulgar songs, item song, rock, pop music, etc. So only decent music is allowed. Meditational, instrumental, folk, pediatric, instrumentals of rock music and instrumental so on. So the athlete needs to take required care so that they copy the music in a USB and submit the USB with the stage manager with this particular details, athlete name, chest number, state, district or country, and category, whether it is artistic yogasana single, pair, group, or rhythmic pair. Need to mention. So rhythm is 7 marks, music is 3 marks, total 10 marks, right? Synchronization. This is very important aspect when it comes to artistic yogasana, when it comes to rhythmic yogasana pair event. Synchronization for pair the ability to execute all the movements as a unit. Of course, we know that it is also same with artistic pair. However, here it is much difficult than the artistic yogasana pair event because in rhythmic yogasana the same asana need to be done and at the same time the synchronization must be synced with the steps with the transition between from asana to steps, from steps to asana, everything. Once the artistic rhythmic pair event started, till the end of the rhythmic pair event, there must be super sync. So when we see the artistic rhythmic yogasana event, we'll understand how the synchronization is very important in rhythmic yogasana. Athletes need to perform identical yogasanas in pairs. We seen with example of Vrukshasana need to be do by the two athletes, right? Identical asanas. There should be perfect synchronization and harmony between two athletes while performing the asana. Perfect synchronization is required. In artistic pair event, even there is no synchronization while executing the asanas, it's okay. However, when it comes to synchronization with the rhythmic pair, it is super important. Athletes not allowed to communicate. We know that from the code of points during this practice, during the demonstration. Body touch also not allowed in rhythmic event. There is a penalty for the body touch in rhythmic event. Total marks for the synchronization is 8 marks. So these synchronization marks will be given by the artistic judge. Missing synchronization each time will lead to deduction in a multiple of 0.25 marks with maximum up to 7 marks. So what are the maximum marks allotted for synchronization? 8 marks. How many marks you can deduct from the total marks? 7 marks. What is the minimum marks? Maybe 1 mark. Maximum 8 marks. There is also penalty of 1 mark levied each time body touch with the co-athlete. So this is aligned with the fourth point. Not it's a fifth point. Okay, if there is a body touch, each time body touch, there is 1 mark penalty. Okay, use of flow, most of the time, use of flow will be same as per the earlier topics, artistic solo and artistic pair. When it comes to artistic steps, it's same as far as I remember. We covered this particular aspect in artistic pair event. So the same rules applies here. When it's come to time, it is pretty well similar. For total time, there is a 5 marks. For individual time, there is a 5 marks. No, based on the total time, we will be having marks. It's just kind of a revision to you to the earlier topic. Asana's difficulty chart. So, right. Let's try to briefly go through the various charts. So the athlete need to select the asana from 5 categories. Of course, this topic also covered. Right? This is about rhythmic yogasana event. This is much more similar to the artistic pair. Only the difference is in artistic yogasana pair event, the athlete need to do different asanas, and rhythmic pair event, same asana. Touch is allowed, touch is not allowed. Right? Now let's have a question and answers for rhythmic yogasana pair event. If time allows, we will a beginners pair event. Is there any questions? Let us know.
Yes, friends, time for questions, raising the questions. Most of you may find both of them totally similar, but they're not all that. Anybody having any issues, questions, please raise. Now, if I may raise a question, Mr. Raghavendra,
Yes,
if
sir.
both of them are more or less similar, why should we have 2 categories at all? What is it we are really trying to find out? If it is only a touch and non-touch, that is a major difference. And the synchronization is of utmost importance in one of them. 2 small aspects leading to 2 different categories. Is it to increase the number of awards possible?
No. Right? It seems like that. However, if we see the video, we really see the major difference. Okay, just give me a couple of seconds. By the time you just please interact with our friends, I'll I'll open the video. After that, we'll see the video. By the time, you please have a conversation with your friends. Thank you.
Final 2-3 minutes for anybody to raise any question, please, before he brings out the video. Vipulji, we have a lot of hopes pinned on you when it comes to question session.
I joined late, so I should not be, disturbing all of you.
Okay. If none of you has any questions or doubts, the coach will proceed with the setting for the videos. I see Chensa. Please go ahead, although I don't know at what stage the coach is busily engaged, but let me see if the question can be heard by him.
Okay, this question goes to the coach. What is the name of the music that is being played in yoga, or when the learners are doing or performing yoga? And why is it that other type of music cannot be played while it's doing or performing some yoga practice? That's that.
Raghavendraji, are you able to receive the question? Are you in a position to answer that?
Yes. The question, as far as I understood, so why different music while demonstrating asana? Why music? Isn't it?
No. Sorry, let me correct you. The question is put is why there cannot be a different music? Why should there be the same music every time these artistic and rhythmic yogasanas are being played?
Yeah. Can you come again? Yeah. Please, can you come again? So I understood the question. For a better understanding, I am asking to repeat it again.
Okay. The first question. Music is being played when yoga is being performed, and why is it that other type of music which you specified to say like rock, pop cannot be played? Why is it like that? Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. So the answer for the same is there are some different kinds of musics and different kinds of dance steps is encouraged. Some of them not encouraged. Okay, why? The reason behind the same is when it comes to yoga, it means peace, love, compassion. So the such kind of a music which have a rock and pop, sometimes it aggravates the heartbeat, right? And it also creates lots of you know uh, over pumping of the hormones in the system. So that might be one of the reasons. And the suggestions for the music is devotional in nature, okay, and patriotic in nature, and which depicts your culture tradition. Steps also classical steps, and some folk steps and traditional steps is encouraged. So that might be one of the intentions behind that. There might be some more reasons for the same, depicting the culture, depicting the tradition of India, some more aspects.
May I come in for the same?
Yes, please.
Swati ji, go ahead.
For the dancing, if you see the folk of Zambia, has a lot of moves which are for the I don't want to use word, but it is when you see the folk dancing, the movements they use are more for the sexual type. So this is because it is an African session. Uh, it is has to be cleared by every African country that those moves cannot be taken. But there are simple moves which there are a lot of body twisting and all can be taken. This is what I think. And here, even the FOP has to be revised for the African countries because their dancing style is very different when it comes to folk.
Yeah. Thank you, Swati, for the
Not, sorry, it's a COP, code of not FOP, sorry.
yeah, code of yeah, thank you so much for adding some points which gives some better clarity on the book, right? So let me quickly show the video.
1 second, Raghavendra ji, Yuvan is
Yes.
desiring
Yeah,
to raise a
yes.
question.
Yeah,
Yuvan,
yes,
go ahead.
please go ahead.
Yeah, it
Unmute
is
and go ahead.
related to the form. If you speak of, for me, it's not very clear what is meant with those things like traditional dance steps, or you can use your own imagination. I think what you use as say as a traditional dance step is really connected to the Indian culture. But what would it mean for worldwide? I have no idea what to think of.
Yeah.
And
So
more terms, like which I think are very Indian related, and which might not be so clear what that means in other countries. So yeah, it's
yeah,
related to what was said before. Also, I think it needs attention.
yeah. I think what Swati ji shared, serves the purpose for the question you raised. Thank you. So can I proceed?
Yes, you can proceed, sir.
Thank you, Chansa. And any other questions, doubts, please try to reserve them for the end of the program.
Yes, you can proceed.
You may or may not hear the audio. Try to see the difference of artistic event which you seen yesterday and this one also. So there is no touch, and the same asana need to be done by the two athletes, and the synchronization is. Hope you seen it. Okay. You see the difference between the artistic pair event and rhythmic pair event. So there will be two different asanas. Here there is only one asana. And both athletes doing the same asana in the same direction with the synchronization. And if you observe, there is no touch during the entire, song. Right? Any queries?
I would like to explain only one thing in addition to what were explained in favor of the current rules regarding the music not being very violent. Okay, now, not every African beat is violent. Everybody understands that. And at any standard, from any standards, it can be very well judged. Now, yoga being something to do with the psyche, soul. So it should be, the sound should be soothing, soul soothing or soulful. This is the way I look at it as I understand that. Now, when somebody says there is a particular African tribal music which is vibrant but soothing, then that may have to be taken on a case-to-case basis. And I would definitely volunteer to raise this issue with the World Yogasana. If anybody can give some clips or audio or video clips of some African music, which is pop, because the pop music is what is specifically said that it is not allowed. So anybody in favor of pop music claiming that that is soulful, soothing, then please try to raise that audio. Let us try to escalate it to the World Yogasana Sports Organization for their information also, because they are also looking for feedback from Africa. This is the first time at such mammoth level, the activity of Yogasana as a sport is being extended to Africa. And so we are all having that responsibility to go in that direction and try to further improve or try to streamline the rules wherever necessary by properly making out a case. This is what I feel. Now, Yuvan, if your views are different from what I said or anybody has said, please come back. Raise your question. Yes, Yuvan, over to you.
No, it is not related to what you stated. I completely agree with you. I must say that since some days I have some doubts in my head about this way of yoga. I do not want to, how they say, to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's something that I have on my heart that I would like to share with you, and I would like to know how you feel about it. I started with yoga from a spiritual perspective. I started with meditation and the Raja Yoga side. I started practicing Hatha Yoga much later, some years ago. And still I did it from the perspective of well-being, health. I have a health background, I'm very much into health. And if I see the moves, if I see the asanas that are being done, then I think this is not healthy. I mean, if you look at the backs that are twisted, how the moves, I think those people not going to be injured for life if they do this for. No, it's the same as with gymnastics. People have back injuries for a long time after when performing in the Olympic Games. I remember those young girls from Russia who had all those going through those extreme moves. And I must say that I find that preoccupying. That's the body can be twisted in all kind of ways, but finally, are you not injuring yourself in the long run? And is that ahimsa? Is that yoga? Sorry, I'm being very critical, but it is something that I'm already thinking about since some days, and I think also if this is something that I would like to push people towards. I mean, do you know what I understand? Do you understand what I want to say?
Yeah, your point is clear, taken, and before the coach is going to take your issue, Eleanor, If you have anything to say on this particular subject, please come back now. Otherwise, give a little room for the coach to come back later. Are you responding to what Yvonne said just now? In which case, please unmute and go ahead. Eleanor, we cannot hear you. I was able to see that you were trying to practice very, very well while the coach was performing. Yes, go ahead. Illness, we can't hear you. Are you talking? I guess some technical problem. Please hold it, Eleanor. In the meanwhile, let Mr. Raghavendra answer you one. Then I think you could take your turn. Over to Mr. Raghavendra.
Right. Wonderful question. So what I like to share now, the same question raised in my mind when I started doing yogasana practice. As Yoni said, when I started my journey, I don't know about the event called yogasana. I just started a kind of exercise. Later, I came to know that in my young age, this is not simple exercise. It's about something connected with the soul and soul evolution. There is a process. Okay, you grow, evolve, and you die. Again, you take rebirth. You do great things. Again, you die. The series of lives, incarnations happens, so on. Now, this is one of the great thing we have to understand that the teachings are super powerful to a person in order to become a successful person in their personal life and professional life. The teachings are very rooted. It applied in the past, it is applicable present, and it is also applicable in the future context. Okay, because they are in the form of a what's so called a formula. Whatever the values you put inside, you get the results, predetermined results, right? Okay, simply by saying it's related to soul, why can't you learn? Because the language of the soul, a lot of the practitioners don't know. Spirituality in general is abstract in nature. Abstract in nature. If someone says something, if someone says chakra, there is a chakra, you can't understand. Unless otherwise, so if you say one shape named a square, unless otherwise you don't give a structure, people can't understand. Concretization is not there. So when it comes to yoga and spirituality, most of it is in abstract in nature. Concrete in nature is not there. In order to understand, if I ask a question to each and every one of you, what is the growth or evolution happened in last 6 months in your life through your spiritual practice, through your meditations, through your service? What is it is 1 year ago, 2 years ago? What is the growth, percentage of growth from first 6 months to next 6 months, next 6 months, so on? 99% of the people is speechless because they go blindly.
Because
There is no, they actually don't know how actually the progress is there. They can't quantify, they can't check, because there is there is no something concrete in nature to measure the spiritual growth a person improvises, right? So this is good. We have to bring a lot of people to yoga to grow, learn, and evolve. How you attract people? Most of the times, before yogasana sport, who used to come to yogasana? People who had a lots of health problems, who went through a very serious emotional and psychological disorders, those who lost their money, those who were in pain and suffering, they came to yoga. Those who came to yoga to learn about spirituality is comparatively very, very less. Okay, so we say Vasudhaika Kutumbakam, entire world is our family. We need to spread the good teachings to the all over the family. How we spread? After the Yogasana became a sport, each and every school is encouraging students to do yoga. They are encouraging. Let's say when it comes to competition, when it comes to demonstration, if you teach yoga to 100 students, maybe 1, 2, or 3, maybe 10, 15 students, they can do advanced asanas. Remaining people, in the process of learning, they taste the practice of yoga. You already sowed seeds in their mind in the young age. You don't need to think a lot about their future, because we already impregnated some seeds in their childhood itself. It grows along with their age. Okay, so it helps to spread the teachings very easily. It's a kind of attraction. Okay, so when we are in childhood, we used to go to see play, drama. Okay, so because it attracts the magics, it attracts with the help of artistic play, artistic solo, and artistic events. These are like a eye feast to the people. It's a celebration to the eyes. Of course, the advanced bendings, twistings, after seeing, we may feel that, okay, what will happen to the spine? What will happen to the hands? What they said, what teaching says, Stiram Sukham Asanam. If you observe, the athletes who demonstrated artistic events, whatever we seen, artistic pair or rhythmic event, did you see the pain and suffering in their face? No. In the process of learning, they have invested their time, energy, efforts. They improved their skills slowly, step by step. Now they can able to demonstrate with the ease, with a lots of confidence. If you see smile in their face while they are demonstrating, of course, we might have a different body structure. We may feel that, okay, even I am doing this much bending, this much twisting, this much hand balancing, leg balancing. We think that this may be the same limitations to all the people. No, it may not be. Some people can be able to do all these things very easily. As we see in some of the videos and photos shared in our Africa group itself, simply the students are seeing videos, they are doing wonderful asanas. Even we also appreciated for that. So what we need to understand, the publicity is taken care of automatically when sports is encouraged. At the same time, people forgetting yoga asana, when they made it as a sport, it is also providing employability. So jobs is giving, and sports quota, those who got medals in a national level in India already. Okay, so it provides employability, and it be a sport event so that most people directly engage. It also creating employment in the youth. Okay, so there is a lots of positive vibe. Of course, as you said, you've seen some injuries to gymnasts. Yes, I agree. There is a huge difference between gymnastics and yoga asana. In yoga asana, we hold the asana for a couple of seconds, sometimes minutes. Gymnastics is not the same. Gymnastics, they stay in a couple of or fraction of seconds. The movement is quickly changing, and they also do air flips, jumps. Okay, if you remember, in artistic events we were discussing some of the acrobatic movements not allowed, some of them only allowed. The reason behind the same is the concern, the love you shared about the athletes. That is the intention behind the teachings and code of points we already tried to showcase in the code of points. Okay, so whatever the asana they are doing, they learn, practice under the supervision of the teacher. There is no injuries or very less injuries when you compare to other sports and games. Even while we were having the coaches training camp national level, we came to know that there is a set of asanas designed for a different requirements. Let's say there is a different set of practices for the athletes. There are different set of practices for the those who is going to do weightlifting. Some different yogasana practices to the cricketers. Specific yogasanas for the specific sports. That's how yoga evolved. Okay, yoga is also works as a therapy. So if you have some certain deformity or health problem, you can do some set of practices which helps you to overcome such a certain health condition. There are innumerous benefits. It's said as yoga is the Kamadhenu, and it's also said as Kalpataru. Kamadhenu is the holy the cow which gives everything whatever we ask. Kalpavruksha is a tree. The tree gives whatever you want. Yoga is like that. It gives in a numerous way. Yes, we know that. You are practitioner, some of us practitioners, we know that. People don't know how you take the word of yoga to the roots. This Yogasana as a sport is a wonderful opportunity, even showcasing 5 different events, bringing more opportunities to the students. So see, the world is transforming. Now, I would like to put light here from Islamic country, Nauf Marwai, a woman. She made the yoga legal in United Arab Emirates. Okay, so for that she awarded with one of the highest awards given to the given by the Indian government. If I am not wrong, Padma Shri award she got. See, in Islamic country, making yoga as mandatory, making yoga as legal, and as she said, more than 60 to 70% of the youth of the country is doing yoga. Okay, so the science, technology we have, the research we have, the great teachings on yoga we have, it always helps. However, this yogasana as a sport brings lots of opportunities and encourages more youth into the practice. Okay, so hope your question answered, Yoni.
Yeah, I appreciate your point of view. There's one thing though that I do not agree with, and that is that you say that, for instance, the spiritual kind of way of yoga, that it is not palpable at all, and that it is very abstract and whatever. I mean, this is not at all what I have experienced. I mean, this is the moment I started practicing meditation, it really changed my life very, very quickly. You see, and if you see how, for instance, heartfulness develops in the world now, even with taking one session, one sitting, you can change you can feel as a different inside. So I think there are more approaches towards yoga. But I don't think that it's the only way to get people to yoga. I mean, there's I do see your points, but I do really not agree with what you're saying, that it's very abstract and that it's not measurable or whatever. Please join check out a bit what Heartful is doing and what they're doing on research and the effects of yoga on the mind and etc.
Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. Let me clarify. I didn't say that the Yogasana sport is only way to attract more people. I said it is taking a major part nowadays. Now, when I said abstract and concrete in nature, when I gave the bifurcation, it still need to be understood. We cannot quantify. Yes, you said using lots of changes. I really agree. However, we can't quantify. If it is in concrete in nature, we have to express in terms. We have to quantify. So that's my my view of sharing. If let's say for example, if you ask how much pain I am having now to my hand, let's say if I got injury here, I can't express how much pain. I can say this much pain, this much pain, this huge pain to me in the context of a doctor. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
that's a very way of looking at things. I mean, you also look at things at like emotions, how your people are feeling. There's a feeling difference between depressed and being happy. I mean, there are skills for that as well.
yes.
Okay,
So,
friends,
it doesn't mean
let
to,
me intervene.
yeah.
Let
It
me
doesn't.
intervene.
Yeah.
Let me intervene in this very important discussion. Sorry to both of you. All personal feelings totally respected, definitely. But what I wanted to bring to the notice of the discussion is Daji, who is the head of the heartfulness meditation, himself is a part of the movement of Yogasana. The of heartfulness meditation is the ultimate when it comes to meditation. So what Yvonne has stated proves to be totally personal or limited to a particular circle when we are talking about the meditation head becoming a part of the Yogasana. Anyway, we respect all the placebo effects. We don't want to contravene them. You can be sharing your own views about this. But now I find Elena. Elena, are you in a position to speak to us? Just raise your voice so we know whether we are able to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, excellent. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I'm Elena from Zambia. I just wanted to add on to what the coach was explaining. In the context of both sides, I think you're correct. So now, I met Swati in Zambia at our school. She was distributing the sanitary pads for sanitary towels for girls. And then in Zambia, we have different cultures. When we are growing up as young, like I'll give an example, girls. There's certain things that we are taught to keep our body healthy and our bones to be used. So like I've seen in terms of sitting, this we are taught to sit like this and then like this. But you have to choose so long your hands they don't touch down there. So you have to choose so long your hands they don't touch down. You have to balance yourself. So all of those things we are taught, they are in line in making your bones flexible as a woman, making your bones flexible. So, and then as we grow, we tend to forget and then we move, we find ourselves busy, occupied with other things, and then our bones, they get strong. So you discover that some of the things you used to do as a young person, you won't be doing them. But as in for the Indian culture, I've noticed you keep on going with a sitting arrangement, the way you sit. So people get used to that. So now when I met Swati, I was in a lot of pain. I had back issues. My medical condition gave me my backbone would lock itself. So I met her, then I got her number, then she started sending me the Yogasana videos. So I started trying them out. Way back, I used to take medicine, but nothing would work. Nothing would work. The pain kept on increasing. But when I started mixing medicine and then plus the Yogasana, I picked what I could do. Since I've already grown, my bones are strong now. I'm older. So I could pick what I could afford doing and what my bones can allow me. And sometimes I could challenge myself. And through mixing the medicine and that, it helped me with my back. It helped my back. My back no longer pains. Because even when I sit getting up, it was a challenge. So it helped me a lot. So now looking at the young ones as we are growing, they say a dormant mind is the most dangerous thing that can happen to a young child. When the mind is not sharp, is not doing anything, it's just dormant. Children tend to involve themselves in different things. So how I've picked yoga as in a good sport for the young ones and for even for us, even if we have grown, it's because it gives discipline. Just like what's this karate? A lot of people think it's about fighting but it's discipline. Tai Chi, karate, they teach discipline. Through a child thinking about those moves, how you maintain with discipline, like in yoga, the asanas, we are holding them. You breathe in, you breathe out. It is giving you room to just keep calm, because at the end of the day, the whole day before the day finishes, we pass through a lot of things. We experience pain, we experience a lot of stress. So through those asanas that we are doing, we are relieving the pain, we are relieving the stress. And me, I've got a case of gastritis. Yoga has really helped me relieve myself, because I took medicine, but I was told that just being stressed. I'm a teacher by profession. So talking to learners, doing whatsoever, it used to stress me. But stretching like this, you can me, I'm a Christian, you can choose. If you want it to be a meditation to calm your mind, it can be. If you want it, you mix the two, you can mix. But I love the fact that it has been turned into a sport for the young ones, because their bones are still soft. So even these yogasanas, the ones we are seeing that they are difficult, for them, their bones are still growing. So they can still catch up. What they can do is to take it slow, pick the ones that they are comfortable with. There are those who are flexible and there are those who are not flexible. But they can pick the ones that they are comfortable with, and then they keep on building from those that they are comfortable with. And since their bones are not grown, they can catch up with their friends. Because if we can train ourselves, when we were young, they are training us. You sit like this, you can sit like this. You train yourself, you start sitting like this, even if it used to be painful at first, but you find yourself, you're sitting comfortably. Like this, I was trying my best, because it's been long since I used to sit like this. But right now, it has stopped paining. So all this, it being a sport now, I think it's going to help a lot of young ones. Rather than them having a dormant mind where they can't think, or where they can't have discipline, yoga is going to give them discipline. It's going to give them to challenge themselves. While they are doing this, they are going to, if you keep your mind busy, I believe that it becomes more advanced. But if the mind is dormant, learners tend to things which are not okay. Like this, they are excited. Oh, at this time, I have to do yoga. I have to do
Sorry to intervene, Eleanor, please. Sorry to intervene. You have told a lot of experience. I have heard regarding the music. I have heard something from Madam. These all things are something different, where the 5,000 years of yoga treatment has not been understood. Yoga, when before 2 weeks, there was one meeting with the Zambia team, and I was told, not, I am mentioning just for an example, I was told that when we talk about yoga, then religious feeling is coming. That thing, yoga has nothing to do with religion. Yoga is proved therapy. Let me say, I can tell with challenge. we are unfortunate world of the people that outside people came and they have not allowed to learn, understand, experience, use the yoga therapy. But luckily, things have improved and reached to what Raghavan told Vasudev Kutumbakam, that I am repeating Raghavan's name again, that but things are there. Regarding the music, no problem. Bring this video clips tomorrow, Saturday or Monday. We will share with Jaideep ji and will take the suggestion and take this directive how to take, or not everything is possible in the world. What is by yoga, everything is possible, but just not to reach that this is this, not prejudicatory things. I request, I beg, please not become prejudicatory. Plus, please, let us try to understand the reality, what Raghavan has told and what we have to study from yoga. Now the time has gone very long. I have to say, but something I will tell tomorrow.
Jairam, I just want to clarify. Eleanor, in fact, has in her long discussion like a teacher, a typical teacher, she has only expressed a positive sentiment towards yoga. In fact, she has not been against that. And just now I have seen message from Yuvan also that she agrees with Eleanor. As long as we take normal care, the continued and better practice of yoga is going to improve the body very, very well. And it is always necessary that we should keep our mind positively towards that. This is the essence of that teacher's long lecture. We agree. Definitely, yoga is all powerful, all useful. There's no doubt about it. We don't think now the coach has to come and intervene in this particular aspect. Now, since we have already lost a lot of time, we are 1 hour behind our schedule. So I guess we have to now close the session. Unless it has any serious issue, which you may raise
tomorrow.
On the group.
Any issue tomorrow, not today.
Please raise on the group. I'm continuing.
Yes.
In case anybody has any serious issues on this sensitive subject, please come on the group. Let us have a discussion. For now, I request and I invite Darshana Ben to offer Shanti Path.
Shanti Path.
Which concludes the program for today.
Join your palms at the heart center. We'll do Shanti Path. Om Vyom Shanti Antariksha Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvaguni Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Om Shanti 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 Om. Rub your palms fiercely. Cup your eyes, open your eyes and the covered palm.